Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to theCUBE's live coverage of NetApp CONVERGE 2025. I'm your host, Rebecca Knight, sitting alongside my co-host and analyst, Rob Strechay. You know, Rob, storage doesn't excite everyone, but under the hood, it's really driving a lot of transformation.
It does, and it's become ever more important with AI these days, and it just really is the baseline and the part of the core data platform.
Well, a perfect segue to introduce our next guest, Riccardo Di Blasio. He is the SVP North America at NetApp. Thank you so much for coming on theCUBE, Riccardo.
Hello, Rebecca, and hello, Rob, and thank you for having me here.
So you've been with NetApp, you're a technology veteran, but you've been with NetApp for just under a year. What drew you to the company?
Yeah, what a great question. Been in the industry for more than 2 decades, and I've always been a huge fan of NetApp as a brand, as a company, but more important as a technology platform. And I had to say that the fundamental didn't change. What I saw in NetApp is the best and more complete technology portfolio in the data management industry, which nobody has, and that's the reason why a lot of the former NetApp competitors are not anymore around, or they are around but on different names. And for almost 3 decades, the NetApp logo is still here and is the largest pure player of our industry.
How do you look at and attribute, what do you attribute the longevity to, and how have you seen it change? We've both been around the industry for a long time, and I think NetApp has kind of navigated that very distinctly, in my view.
You know, you're absolutely right, and I've been actually experiencing this in the last 14 months I've been here. I never met a customer base so loyal like the NetApp clients. For a very simple reason. A, we're solving an important problem. It's not a nice to have. And B, we do in a very unique way, which is better than anyone else in the market. It may sound like a marketing slogan, but I think the longevity of our company paired with the longevity of our industry is actually proving my point. The people that are NetApp user, they love how simple it is, how reliable it is, how secure it is, and how connected it is, which are all table stake for any technology decisions.
So you're talking about NetApp's longevity, and it's been around about 30 years, which is sort of young adulthood, shall we say, in tech. When you look across the North American market, what do you see as the biggest opportunities for growth, and how is NetApp positioning itself?
Absolutely, so we are blessed by another gigantic wave that is approaching us, which is the AI explosion, more than the revolution. And you know, quite frankly, I cannot think about AI without data. You cannot implement any AI model or training system if your data are not ready and in order. And so, representing the company that is the leader of data management, particularly in the high end of the market, so in the enterprise market, into the public sector market, this is where the majority of the AI project will start to take place. We feel uniquely positioned and advantaged to monetize that opportunity and to help our customer to make sure their AI project will be successful.
Hey, from a perspective of personas, again, being around the industry, there's a lot of talk about how there's really not storage people anymore inside of these organizations. How have you seen that really change the buying behavior of organizations and what they're looking for now?
No question about it. The amount of stakeholders that are involved into every decision process are a lot. You know, clearly you still have the infrastructure people and the CIO offices, but you know, any type of line of businesses, the finance people that have to support financially the decision. At the end of the day, Rob, like for any technology, every time you want to close a client, you need to make sure you win the technology discussion, meaning you have the best technology of all. You have to make sure you win the financial discussion, meaning you have the best ROI and TCO. And in certain area, you have to make sure you have the certain amount of customer intimacy and proximity in order to serve them better.
You have worked closely with a number of startups as well as in the area of space innovation. How have those experiences shaped how you think about emerging technology and NetApp's role?
It's a great question. I think, my experience with NASA and the accelerator and the incubator we built called NASA iTech gave me a passion for innovation, to constantly push the envelope and drive that level of innovation for an end user like a customer, a prospect, or a partner.
Or an astronaut.
Or an astronaut.
How do you see, as we look ahead here, NetApp really driving that innovation with that? And like, as we look at, data platforms are changing, people are trying to, renovate their data lakes, or, kind of take the sludge out of them, you could say, and really get value out of their data. How do you see NetApp playing a role in that?
I think NetApp play a key and pivotal role in that layout you just described, Rob, because we're the only player that is capable to still provide the entire storage protocol available in the market. So we are a leader in file, but also in block and object. But not only that, we're capable to mirroring those protocols and technologies into our partner, the different hyperscaler, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft, everything operating from one single OS, which is ONTAP. That's really the type of innovation that we deliver into our customer, and that's the reason why customers still bet on NetApp after many, many years, and will bet on NetApp for the future.
Finally, AI is clearly reshaping how businesses think about their infrastructure. What are you hearing from customers that might surprise people? It could be either a shift in their priorities or a pain point that they're experiencing.
I think, Rebecca, with AI, there's a lot of new area where many of our customers are not prepared. And one of the areas that generally are not prepared are the data. Our data are rightly classified and organized and secure and protected and shared. So we really are a pretty important tool in the toolbox for them in order to choose the better AI vendor and platform and implement successfully the different AI projects.
Excellent. Riccardo, a pleasure having you on theCUBE.
Thank you, Rebecca, likewise. And thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
I'm Rebecca Knight for Rob Strechay. Stay tuned for more of theCUBE's live coverage of NetApp CONVERGE. You're watching theCUBE, the leader in enterprise news and analysis.